Hello, hello, bus people. How are you this Thursday? Or whenever you're watching this, hope all is well. Per usual, sending many, many blessings during this time, during this Virgo season. I thought I'd hop on and share a little bit about what's coming up for me in Virgo season and maybe pull some cards and just connect with you all today. I felt called to and maybe share some announcements that I'm excited about as well. So my mood today is definitely Virgo season. I had a chance to reflect, really tap in to the transits that are happening in Virgo season, where certain planets are hitting my house during Virgo season, as well as just kind of like the overall themes of the season. I am a little late. It started on the 23rd and today it's the 26th, but I felt it was a great day to kind of just reflect and come out here and share with the community. Mercury is currently trining Pluto right now, so I felt like it was a good time as well, but I'll get into that. And with that being said, I am a Virgo moon and rising. However, my sun is in Gemini. So I thought I would wear my Gemini shirt that my husband got me for one of these holidays because I will be really focusing on kind of like my big three are Virgo rising, Virgo moon, and Gemini sun. So it's because I am focusing on my Gemini side or my Virgo side, I thought I'd not show some love to my Gemini and show some love by wearing a shirt today. But let's get into it. So what is Virgo season all about? And I'm just pulling up my notes here, so if you see me looking away, that is why. So Virgo season started on the 23rd of August and will end on September 21st. And Virgo season, my cats just came to visit, so they're saying hey, scratching on their pole. But for me, the overarching theme of Virgo season is healing from within. Healing from within. Virgo season in the tarot, the archetype for Virgo is the hermit. And what is the hermit? Just really going into like yourself, exploring, kind of things that are coming up for you, just taking a deep dive into different things that are resonating with you. So some of the opportunities are to focus on well-being, health, mind, body, spirit, and connecting with your soul. Again, hermit, kind of going into the hermit mode and connecting from within. Some of the challenges that might arise during this season is trusting yourself. And detaching from perfectionist thinking. Virgos kind of have the stereotype of being perfectionists, really looking at the fine details and color coding, organizing, systemizing things. So really just trusting yourself and detaching from that perfectionist thinking, but trusting that you will make the right decisions and not necessarily, fine tooth combing until you don't have any hair anymore, if that makes any type of sense. But for me, when looking at my chart, and again, I encourage you all as well to look into your chart and to see what themes are kind of showing up for you. And by themes, I mean looking at the particular house where certain planets are falling in your chart. So for me, I have 3 planets in the 12th house. And the 12th house is kind of like that house of kind of deep introspection. And hey, Sarah. So I have 3 planets there. Those planets that I kind of like to look at are Mercury, Venus, Mars, and the Sun, and see kind of where they are transiting in my chart during these particular seasons. And that really gives me some insights on how to kind of work with the season that I'm in. So like I said, 3 planets are in my 12th house. And so I'm kind of wrapping up a lot of things, getting into the deep kind of meaning of what I've learned through this whole astrology cycle, is what I've taken with me from this this whole cycle. And now what does it mean for me? How am I showing up? So the sun is in my 12th house, which my ego, I'm kind of in that deep reflection state. Mercury's in the 12th house. So that's intellectually secluding myself. If you guys can see, I haven't been responding on IG as I normally would, haven't been as active as I normally would, because again, I'm in that Virgo season, or in that hermit mode of with my intellectual mind, I guess. Kind of just really seeing what things resonated for me. Again, after I did this whole cycle through the chart, and I've learned all that I needed to learn. What does it mean for me now? Like really stepping back and going into hermit mode, kind of clearing out all outside thoughts and figuring out what it means for me in this season. And then Venus is actually in my first house. So it's kind of moved from my 12th house to my first house. So that's really confronting myself and all of the things that I've learned in this season. So yeah, let's just get into this card pull, shall we? Because I am just taking my break and pulling some cards for you guys. But I felt a call to, so I just am honoring spirit. And I have my Virgo candle lit here, as well as some tea. Drinking some tea. I'll take a sip now. I have some lemon balm and nettle in there. Really, really good. One of my favorite teas. So I'm going to pull about 4 or 5 cards, and one just jumped out to me. And it's really for the Virgo season, right? So I'll go over the theme for Virgo season, which clearly popped out. I'm going to get in a second. Ways that we can be more thoughtful with our actions. Again, yes, there's a good tea combo. Thank you. And I have a little bit of dandelion root in there as well. It's really, really good. I heard those are good for the uterus, or well, red raspberry tea is good for the uterus, but overall womb wellness. I heard from Queen Afua's book, these teas are really good for the womb and detoxifying the womb. So I wonder if that resonates, Sarah. You might know, but yeah, so the general theme for this Virgo season, ways that we can be more thoughtful with our actions, and ways that you or the collective may be overly judgmental with some things that are going on, and ways that we can nurture ourselves during this season, and ways that we can ground and find inner peace. So let's get into this. So the theme, what is the theme? Oh! Me too. Look at the theme. Walking away. I know for me this resonates because again, what don't I want to bring with me in this cycle, as a lot of the planets are shifting for me into my first house. What do I want to leave behind? What do I need to uncover in the shadows, right? But this is the theme, walking away. If you see her, she is happy, honey. She is happy to be walking away from what's not serving her. She is twirling. I feel like a little twirl, kind of in her stance here. Just happy to be shutting the door and closing the chapter on whatever was previously. I could see little stars or fairies kind of in, so I kind of getting some like spirits or some protection and guidance. You see abundance all around from the flowers and growing. So really just walking away this Virgo season, walking away. And Virgo season is really it's time for us to get organized, to study, and to focus, and to take care of the fine details. So really just walking away from kind of just like going with the flow. Leo season was really getting out there in the community and exploring, but now we kind of want to go into our hermit mode and figure out, what do we need to walk away from while I was out there in the crowd? What resonated with me and what didn't? how can I really organize those thoughts, those feelings, different things that are coming to me? How can I organize them and help them work for me for my highest good? Virgo also governs self-improvement. So how can I, from what I've learned in the past, how can I use what I've learned to help improve me in this upcoming season? So really walking away and purifying our mind, body, and spirit for the things that we intuitively feel are good and need for our soul. So that's kind of the theme that we got for this Virgo season, and I'm here for it. So, oh, another card just fell out. Ways that I can be more thoughtful with my actions. Ooh, Angel of Love. So ways that I can be more thoughtful with my actions. So here I see that she is holding a heart that kind of looks like rose quartz. And rose quartz is really like that love, that purifying. I think of it as self-love. And if you look at this, I see it as self-love. So ways that I can be more thoughtful with my actions is have that self-love for your damn self. Love yourself, nurture yourself. Again, Virgo is really like a nurturing. I see it as nurturing, really caring for the collective, doing things for other people, being of service for other people. But how can you do that for your damn self? I recently did a post about taking a day off, just to take a day off, not to be like, okay, I need to take a day off because I got to clean my house. I got to go to the grocery store. I got to run errands, just to take a day off just for you, just to be you, just to be Christine. I took a day off just to be me. So how can you be more thoughtful from your actions is loving yourself, right? She's caring, she's nurturing herself, she's nurturing that love. And from that, you can see the flowers kind of blooming and blossoming from her head. And she is able to, from an authentic place, be able to give to the collective, because Virgo loves to give and to share and to be of service. But how can we be of service if our cup is absolutely depleted? How can we give water to other people if our cup is completely dry? So ways that we can be more thoughtful with our actions is thinking about how we can show love to ourselves so that we can then pour love into other people. Okay, ways that I or we as the collective am being more overly judgmental. Again, that perfectionist thinking we kind of want to stay away from, over analyzing, overthinking. So what are some ways that we are kind of being overly judgmental and overly thinking? I got financial constraints. So I'm not sure if this resonates with anybody out there. I know it resonates for me. Ways that we might be overthinking. So thinking about your finances, right? I forgot. And again, guys or ladies, whoever is watching this, however you identify, no, I myself am very new to all of this. I am new. I'm just sharing my personal experience and hope for being an inspiration to others. In human design, I am a 3/6, which is a martyr/role model. So what from things that I have learned, I hope to share and be a role model for others. So I've learned that tarot astrology has really, really helped me. And so I'm hoping to inspire others to just spark that little curiosity in your mind. And so with that being said, I am not an astrologer. I am just your regular girl, by the way, that loves this stuff. And so I can't, I say all that to say is I can't recall what house Virgo governs, but I want to say it has to do with our finances. For some reason, I want to say the 8th house, but don't quote me on this. With anything that you hear or you see, do your own research, follow up, and see how and where this resonates for you. So with that being said, I want to say, the 8th house, which has to do with outsourced money and finances, but I'm not entirely sure. Again, do your research and your homework. But ways that you're being overly judgmental, is it with your financial constraints? Do you know that you are, you don't have as much money going in? So you're really, really like overly being tight with your money, constricting your money? Or do you know that you have a lot of money flowing in? So you're really like spending all the money, not saving it for a rainy day, investing here, investing there, not really investing your money in the right space. So just think about that as you are in Virgo season. Think about ways that you might be overcomplicating your financial constraints or financial opportunities. And this is the card right here. So you can see it's very bare in the inside, cobwebs. You could see that they really haven't opened this door much. There's things in there. And not only financially, I see a book. I don't know if you can see this, but there's the coins right there, but there's books. So maybe intellectually as well. Where can you, open up that cabinet and dig into some of those financial resources? There is a challenge that I'm currently in and I'm going through right now, and I think it's absolutely wonderful. I highly encourage everybody to check it out. It's called the hashtag Broke to Woke Challenge, and it's hosted by Holistic Bucks. She is amazing. Highly suggest that if you're going through any, if you have any past money trauma, or you don't have the best relationship with money, this challenge has really helped me kind of cultivate a great relationship with money. So check that out. Hashtag Broke to Woke by Holistic Bucks. So yeah, that's the general energy that I'm getting around. Again, the general theme of walking away. Praise God, we're walking away. Ways we can be more thoughtful with our action is that self-love. The angel of love, calling on the angel of love, right? Or your higher self to give you some of that love. And then ways that we're being overly judgmental is financial constraints. So take what resonates with anything, like I said, and leave behind what doesn't. With this. And then the last thing that I want to do is just pull 2 cards around ways that I can nurture myself and ways that I can ground myself and find inner peace. And for this, I am using this really cool deck that I got, and it's called a Stress Reductions Essentials deck. And it's to help refine your intuition and self-confidence as we reduce stress, panic, and anxiety. So I'll be pulling from this deck. And so are there ways that we can nurture our well-being during this time? Listening what to do in advance. Listening positive thoughts you can do when being and feeling uneasy is a great way to support yourself in advance. And this is the card. Oh, look at the card. Can we just talk about self-love again? Right? That self-love, giving that love to ourselves. Okay, let me focus. Write a list of things you know soothe you when you are in need. Keep it with you at all times. When you are stressed, it's not easy to think about positive actions that will truly help you. This technique will help you take care of yourself in advance. So how can we nurture our well-being during this time? Write out those lists that list of supports. Write things that soothe you when you are in need. So write out that list of things that soothe your need. Is it that great combination of tea? Is it a candle? Is it incense? Is it pulling cards? Like, what is it? What is it? Taking a walk in the park? Is it a forest bath? Is it a spiritual bath? What are those things that soothe your mind? Write it down, keep a list of it, and carry it with you. Again, keep it close to your heart. Keep it close to you. So here's a self-care practice. Take 10 minutes to sit down and calm in a relaxed place. Open a small notebook. Write down all the actions that soothe you. Calling a friend. I'll be calling you later. Me too. Cup of tea. Oh my gosh, I just said all of this. And journaling. Oh, which is my favorite thing. I'm a Gemini sun and Virgo moon and rising. Like I mentioned in the beginning, Mercury is my ruling planet. So writing shit down is in the air, in the way the wise Erykah Badu my nurture mother archetype, Erica Badu, says, write things down and watch it happen. Write it down and watch it happen. So keep this list with you and open it every time you feel you need support. Here are some questions that you can ask. Am I aware of what helps me when I'm stressed? Do I have my personal toolkit ready? So what is your personal toolkit? How can you have it ready? Do you have it pressed? Listening to what you can do in advance. So that is a way that you can nurture your well-being during this time. Oh, I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. Okay, ways that we can ground and find inner peace at this time. You know what? I did bring out my self-care tarot deck, so I'm going to pull for that because I feel that. So what is the self-care that we can provide ourselves to ground and find inner peace? Chanting. Interesting. I'm going to have to look at the book for this one. And what I love about this is that it's the number 8. I am currently, I just finished up numerology school with Rebecca, an amazing numerologist. If you guys are into numbers, highly suggest that you check her out. But she really thinks of the number, she first presented the number 8 as the powerhouse, but she then switched it up to the embodiment. And I really, really love that new reframe of the number 8 being embodiment, really taking what you've learned and what, again, we've kind of gone through these past season, and how can we embody that in ourselves? How can we show love to ourselves with that? How can we nurture and ground ourselves with that inner peace of embodiment? So I just saw the number 8 here. So that just popped into my mind. So I don't know if that resonates with anybody, but I really just felt called to say that. But when we're thinking about chanting, I have to look at the book for this because I'm not too familiar with chanting, but this might be a sign that I might need to dig into this during this Virgo season. If you're new to chanting, clearly, which I am, you can start by learning the turn Om and the sound for each chakra. At first, practice the chanting on your own to gain levels of comfort. And they list here the chanting sounds of each chakra, which reminds me, I need to get back into my meditation teacher training because she talks a lot about this. The root chakra is Lam. The sacral chakra is Vam. The solar plexus chakra is Ram. The heart chakra is Yam. So maybe, again, that's something that we need to, Y-A-M. The throat chakra is Hum. The third chakra is and the crown chakra is Experiment with these different tones, noticing which comes easily and feels challenging. Feel free. Free yourself from worrying about how you sound. Allow the unique voice to resonate as it expresses itself. When you're ready, go deeper and experience the sensation of chanting in a group. Look for local singing, chanting, or mantra events. Most yoga students will include chanting as part of a practice, typically at the beginning or end of a class. You can also pioneer the effort within your community and gather some loved ones who are willing to chant with you. This is an activity, and it is essential and fun to try in an enclosed space as a loud echoed inside or outside by the beauty of nature. So some journal prompt questions. What blocks, real or imagined, prevent you from chanting? Practice steps you can take to eliminate these blocks. I love that. So when we're thinking about ways to ground and find inner peace, thinking about ways that we can, and the mantra is, my voice is heard. So thinking about ways we can maybe not necessarily with words, I'm trying to figure out how to explain this. But with words, vocalize what you need for the collective, but finding different ways. So for me, I'm really thinking about different ways that you can, I don't want to say vocalize with the collective, but share your message with the collective or hope with the collective. I don't know if any of that makes sense. I'm definitely going to have to think into this a little bit more. This is the, and Sarah says, this is the second time I've been recommending doing some chakras around sounds this week. Oh my goodness, Sarah, has it really? So maybe we need to get in a little bit of a chanting circle together if you're down. But that'd be interesting. I need to explore that. So I might email you and see, or reach out to you and see what came up for you around this time, because I think I need to work with this too a little bit more to help me ground and find inner peace. So as you can see, she's definitely grounded, and I love this imagery. I'm getting chills as I'm looking at this card with you all. So you see, we talked about the chakra system, right? And where does the chakra system start? At the root. And so that root, that chanting, that vocalization is coming from the root, is coming from that foundation, and is moving its way on up. And it's not only coming out, but it's also moving its way to our third eye, to our crown chakra as well, in order to meet spirit and to get spirit. So I just love this. So yeah, if anybody's interested in chanting or has more information about that, please let me know. But I think that is all I have for you all today. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for being you. Thanks for being you. In this Virgo season, I really want you all to think of ways that you can nurture yourself, ways that you can walk away from things that are not serving you, ways that you can give and bring love to yourself so that you're able to, again, with Virgo, service the community in a more fulfilled way, as well as thinking about some of those financial constraints and how are they supporting you and how are they supporting you. Oh, love, thank you so much all for the love. I'm glad it was helpful for you. I know it was definitely helpful for me. And again, when we're thinking about Virgo season, healing from within. So how can you heal from within? Your mind, your body, your spirits. We're thinking about not only those, but the whole shebang, right? I'm very excited to announce that some things are going to be launching the beginning of September, so stay tuned. But I will be talking about this whole embodiment of not only focusing on the physical, on the spiritual, on the intellectual, but the whole, and how they all work together for us to be and feel well. So I can't wait to share with that. But in the meantime, journey in grace, and remember to heal from within, because that's where it starts. It starts from within. We can't be any good to anybody if we're not okay within. So my prayer and my blessing for you is that you take time this Virgo season to heal from within through walking away, finding that self-love and financial constraints, with bringing in the energy of prepping in advance, because Virgo does like to prep. They like a season, they like a task, a checklist. So we're bringing that in by having that list, and by chanting, and by thinking about all of the chakra points. Okay, I think I'm really done now. Sending lots of blessings. Happy Virgo season. Talk to you all later.